Zina has finally joined the crew! Ah! Yo dudes and dudettes, your friendly neighborhood JaxBlade is back with another episode of Trainers React, the series where I use my knowledge of personal training and exercise science to analyze how effective are the routines and how heavy are the dumbbells you lift. Like what's valid, what's not. Some of these episodes have been like, oh that's a bit bro sciencey, but some of these episodes I was like, oh that's actually super legit, and I'm here just to help y'all figure out what you can do so you can just get the best workouts and best takeaway from this anime, because it is my personal favorite anime of all time. And don't forget, this video is sponsored by FUNIMATION, so if you actually want to go watch the episode, click that little link down below in the description box or in the little pinned comment, and that should help you tremendously. Sorry, I just got a text. But today's episode is from manga chapters I've been anxiously waiting for to see animated. Like, I know I've been saying that for all of them because it is my favorite show, but like this one in particular, I've just been super hyped for. So let's just get right into this. Oh, there she is, my girl Zina! Oh god, yeah. She's actually one I'm super hyped to hear her in the dub because she's Russian and I don't know how they're gonna do her like voice in Japanese, but oh my god, like I am so hyped that Zina's finally joined the crew. I love her. She's a badass. Y'all see. Sorry. I love the fact that Satomi's doing assisted pull-ups. Like, she's not strong enough to do regular pull-ups, but so she's just working on building her way up. I love that. All right, let's pause real quickly because I know they're going to talk about pull-ups later in this, so I'll keep this brief. But like, I think pull-ups are just one of the best exercises ever created that you could do for anything. Like, they're great for strength, they're great for functionality, and they're great for muscular hypertrophy. Like, if you want to get that nice wide lat spread, like if you're trying to get thickness, I think stick more to rows and stuff like that. But like pull-ups, just one of the best exercises ever. Like if I could honestly do 3 exercises, it'd be push-ups, pull-ups, and squats. Like I think those are one of the best, like I mean that's the best triad of exercises to do together. But yeah, I love the fact that she's working her way up, because if you're not strong enough to do a pull-up, that's one of the best ways you can go about it. You can either do a jumping negative where you jump up and then slowly let yourself down and then just gradually build up the strength to do a pull-up, or you can do what she's doing, Satomi right here, is just doing assisted pull-ups where you're using a little pad and then you can alter the weight to make it either more challenging for you, like it's gonna be like, oh shit, I'm sinking all the way down, or you can make it just like a very easy to fall on platform. So when you go down, you go, oh wow, I'm moving rather slow. But again, like if you add weight or take weight off, that just adjusts how fast you go up and down. Like it's a gravity machine. It's awesome that way. And yeah, then you just work up to building up to doing, you know, standard pull-ups. I think this actually works a lot better than people who say like just do lat pull downs. But again, I do agree that doing lat pull downs is beneficial in helping you build up the strength and muscularity to do both. But this right here is more effective in helping you to get your first pull-up in my opinion. Also using bands. If you have those little elastic bands, you can wrap them around your feet and then slowly use them to build up the strength, like just getting to the groove of like the form and how to go up and down with them. All phenomenal ways of helping you increase your pull-up form, and pull-ups should definitely be in every staple workout if you're doing a workout. Like if your workout program doesn't have pull-ups in it, that's a bit I mean, unless you know a bodybuilder just says otherwise, but I still see pull-ups are just one of the best functional strength exercises you can do. Oh yeah, they're getting into the arm wrestling scene. Oh, leading up to something pretty badass. I love this. I love this entire thing right here, this entire description of how to do arm wrestling, because like arm wrestling, like everything they're mentioning, right? Oh, damn, Satomi. Oh, sorry, your sponsor Jordan. Your sponsor Jordan. She's legal though. I mean, she's your sponsor Jordan. Anyways, everything he's mentioning right here about like all the muscles and everything to get the proper form down for arm wrestling, 100% agree. Chef's kiss, agree with it 100%. Though something I will mention is the importance of forearm training as well. Now some arm wrestlers, you know, don't train forearms, but the best arm wrestlers do have a certain way of training. And one of the best ways to do that is to actually work on your forearms. And a lot of people don't do this. I've been doing it religiously, but I know that's an easy joke to walk into, haha. But no, it's just I've been doing a lot of forearm work since my injury last year when I developed medial epicondylitis and lateral epicondylitis. Those are just fancy words for golfer's elbow and tennis elbow. And for those of you who don't know what that is, so when you have a pain right here, like if you ever feel like a sharp pain that keeps you from lifting, that's golfer's elbow right here. And if you have any pain on the outside, that is tennis elbow right here, and they're usually overuse injuries, and the reason they develop is because this part is overcompensating and it's not as strong when you're doing other weights. So like these usually develop when you're not gripping properly, you're not gripping the weight properly, or you're just pushing to a point where this part, some of your muscles can handle it, but you didn't train all of your muscles. So now some muscles are vastly overcompensating, and it can cause like little minor tears in them, and that can lead to a lot of injuries because joints take forever to heal. This is why I'm very, very adamant about this. Always take care of your joints. And I know some people, oh, 420, no, I'm serious now. Very seriously, always make sure you warm up properly, you are using proper form, and you are taking care of your joints. You do not want to deal with these because this, trust me, this took me like 8 months to heal from, okay? So it was so annoying because I had to start off from baby weight again. But one of the best things you can do to prevent this is just by working your eccentrics. Now, I do wrist curls every single day now. Like I just use a lightweight, I do wrist curls, I do the little circuit that my physical therapist gave me, helps save me a tremendous amount of pain. And if I feel like, oh, I felt like when I was bench pressing today, that felt a little off, I'll do like reverse wrist curls and always do my stretches that I was intended to do in physical therapy. They help me tremendously. Also, another thing, I've got these little extensor workers, which are great because these help you develop some nice strong extensor muscles and also just keep your hand health healthy. Yeah, I'm sorry, I just said it like my tongue stuttered. But these little extensor bands, absolutely phenomenal for keeping all of this healthy right here. Like it's just something you do like, oh, I'm just gonna do 30 of these 3 times a day. Like you just do this, 30 of these 3 times a day. Now don't just do it like I'm doing right here. Get them like this, hold it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, slowly let them down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Save your forearms, okay? Trust me, like I started doing these all day along with you know, like I mentioned last episode, the sauna, physical therapy, all of that jazz. It helped save me tremendously from like for healing. Like it just helped me so much, and I was able to get back into weights like in January where I was able to just start building up. But again, like I said before, because of my injury, I'm not trying to rush anything. What I'm focusing on now is building a healthy, fit body that lasts. You can like, for instance, there are a ton of people who can do a ton of weight training, which will like, you know, make you strong and stuff like that. But then like years later, they had developed all these joint issues and it leads on to life. Like you probably met that old guy who's like, oh yeah, back in my young days, like my shoulder did this or this or this. And I don't want to be that guy. Again, that's why on my channel, I'm very active in promoting like the health aspect of fitness is just as much as like, you know, the aesthetic portion. Because the aesthetic is just a cool after effect, but I want you to also be healthy. I don't want you to like be in your 30s or 40s and then be like, oh well, I used to be able to do that, but my knee gave out on me, my shoulder, my elbow, or something like that. Like, so make sure you're always taking care of those little muscles that you don't think of, and that's going to save you so much in the long run, because that's what I truly want. I want the body to be longevity. Like Master Roshi and Bang from freaking One Punch Man are the goals. Like you want to be able to be strong, like want to be a strong ripped old bastard in your later years. So always keep that in mind. Take care of yourself. Reverse curls also insanely beneficial for someone who's trying to get their forearms strength increased for just trying to do arm wrestling. Also, another thing you can do is to do hammer curls on an incline bench and to slowly focus on the eccentric, letting that weight down and then pulling it up and then slowly letting that weight down, because it's getting you into the position of arm wrestling, and then it's slowly bringing it out. It's bringing up all the strength in the bicep and the forearm, and you're working it and you feel you're working it. So that's just another way to increase your strength. Like I think this is just a fun way of how to do it, a safe way. And you know, if you can just go impress a bunch of people at a party, you're like, yeah bro, let's arm wrestle, you know. So they're just my thoughts on the matter, and let's get back to the show because something really badass is about to happen. Oh shit. Oh! 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 That my girl! That my girl! Who girl is that? Whose girl is that? My girl! Oh! Oh! My god, muscle! Ah! Look at the Jojo Faces! I told you this is the Jojo episode! I told ya! Ah, look at Machio! He looks so fucking raw! Yes! Oh my god, yes! Oh my god, yes, yes, I love this. This is one of the things that made me fall in love with the manga even more. Remember the top 5 scenes I mentioned? This is one of the top 5 scenes I mentioned that made me fall in love with this when I marathoned reading it back in 2017. Oh my god, yes! I love that. Your face is stuck that way. Oh my god, I love it. I love this. I love how Machio went like, oh god, it's beautiful. He's going mob 100 on her. Oh god, I love that entire scene. That entire scene is just beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. This part right here, this part, I love it. I love it where he says it. Listen to the music! I had to get a bit serious there. Oh god, I love it. I love it. I'm still salty Kengan is in 2D like this. I love it. Oh my god. Oh my god, yes. Yes, yes. Here she comes! My girl Zina right there! Yeah, Zina, Russian girl, killing it! Oh god. Zina is such a badass, y'all. I love Zina. She's such a dork with badass. Oh, Super Saiyan! That's a pinky right there! Do it, girl! Do it, girl! Do it, girl! Oh! Blam! That's my girl! 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 I told all y'all watching this show, Hibiki's the best. Hibiki's awesome. And y'all are like, no, 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 Jax, you talking shit. No, no! You see her! You see how badass she is! Right? I'm right! Yeah! And there she is, joining the crew. Yeah, we finally got Zina. We got the whole gang together. Well, besides that one bitch later on. But like, yeah, this is why I love this show. All the girls here are top tier. There's never one that you're just like, oh no, like that one's a crappy one. Like all of them, they have like a perfect like character for any one of the show. There's no one like, oh, I dislike that one. Because it's just like all the top 5 are just amazing. I love them. Curry! Curry! Kengan Ashura fans out there, you get that? Part of the Curry clan. That's why your eyes are always closed. You don't understand? If you haven't read Kengan Ashura, go watch my video on Kengan Ashura. But like, yeah, it's just a dope quality that a Curry is teaching their class. It's just, oh god. I love this dork so much. Zina's such a dork, and with her freaking love of freaking Putin. Putin is actually in the show. Oh, I'm sorry, Petin, as they call him, or Poutine, as they call him in the show. But that is, oh god, she is such a great character. I love her so much. I'm gonna be seeing a bunch of Zina avatars coming like along the season, but oh god, I love her. I love Zina. Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna have a little poll at the end, like who's your favorite out of the main girls against once I do this, but I love it. Okay, pause, because this is a part where I know we're going to talk about kipping pull-ups, and I just want to say this first and foremost, like, kipping pull-ups, again, fitness community always love, there's like the people on this side, like, they are just, you know, about to go ham on each other over certain things. So, I'm just going to look at it from my personal perspective. Now, kipping pull-ups, I want to make this perfectly clear, are not a replacement for strict regular pull-ups. I want to say that perfectly clear. If you're trying to work us on true functional strength and muscle growth, then kipping pull-ups are not a replacement for weighted pull-ups or pull-ups, just standard pull-ups with solid form, all right? They are not replacement for that. I want to make that 100% perfectly clear so anyone doesn't like misconstrue anything I say. Now again, I'm gonna say this clear, concise, and to the point. If your main goal is muscular strength or trying to grow your muscles through hypertrophy or just trying to get more endurance to do, you know, strict pull-up form, then kipping pull-ups are not the ones you should be focusing on first. You should always have a good baseline of having the good form down before trying to do any other variation of pull-ups. That is my honest to God opinion, and like that's what I truly do believe is you need to have the perfect form down for regular pull-ups before you try doing alterations. Now kipping pull-ups, there's a lot of people who say like, oh no, just biomechanically it's horrible for your shoulder joints, it's terrible for this, it's terrible for this, it's terrible for that, and then you'll have people on the flip side saying, no, it's actually beneficial for this, beneficial for that, beneficial for that. So again, this is why I encourage you to always test your body and see what you work. Like for instance, I mentioned this before. If you feel like something is doing more harm than good, you will know. Like I told you, every one of my injuries, I knew a rep beforehand that, oh shit, this is not working well for me. I need to stop doing it. So again, but we are not all the same body. Like there are some things that are just universal, but there are some things where it's just like, okay, if you got the form down for kipping and practice it like exactly with like the good form, like I'll show you an actual way to do it like right here. then that could be potentially beneficial, but not a replacement for, you know, pull-ups, unless you're doing CrossFit games and that's what you have to do. Because I do think there is some validity in what Zina is saying here. I truly do believe that, oh yeah, there is some validity in what she is saying here. But I wouldn't tell everyone to go out there and do this right from the get-go, because I have seen a lot of people try this and then like go, oh, my shoulder's feeling weird, or I didn't do it right, or I just messed up doing it and now I have this injury right here and it's annoying. And so that's why I always tell people, like, you know, to test your body and see what works best for you. Because I can say like, oh, this wouldn't work for this many people, then someone will come along and like, well, it worked for me. Okay, well, you know, did you try it like this? Have you gotten any injuries? No, it worked for me. And that is something always to reconsider, is like always to keep that in mind. Like a lot of people are just like, no, set in stone, this will never work for anyone, and I'm gonna tell you why. And that is a bit, and again, I appreciate, now I'm not saying this again as a, like, because if you watch my video I did a couple weeks ago, I'm not saying this in a way of like putting out science, because I love science. I think science is phenomenal. I think science is great. I think science is so incredibly helpful and helped us progress so much more, and we know so much more in these recent years. But what I'm trying to really get across to you is like, try things out for yourself. If you feel it's going to hurt you, like if you feel any pain or something like that, stop immediately and then just go, okay, whatever I'm doing. But again, make sure your form is correct when doing this. I know I'm sounding on repeat here, but like, to me, again, like I mentioned earlier, health and longevity is more important to me than like, oh, looking cool or looking so strong or looking like this way. But like, it's what you matters in a couple years when you're like, oh, I'm in my 30s, 40s, and 50s, and I'm still able to like train like I'm in my 20s, stuff like that. That's what I'm trying to help promote and do. So that's why I'm encouraging you to test it. Like, again, what Zina's saying, I do believe there's some validity in what she's saying, but again, I'm not near you right now. I cannot test you. I cannot just say like, oh, this wouldn't work for everyone. Yeah, but I would say, like, from my personal opinion, me personally, sometimes I throw them into my routine just to keep it from getting stale, all right? Because, like, most of the time when I do pull-ups, I do either very strict form weighted pull-ups where I have a weight belt around my waist and then I incorporate them in, or sometimes I'll just do as many pull-ups as I can without weight, because I want to make sure I have the muscular endurance in my back, so if I'm in a situation where I need to pull myself up, I have the muscular endurance and strength to get out of that situation. So I always incorporate those. Also, I do plyometric pull-ups where I go and I clap my hands at the top of the movement. Those are fun, and like sometimes you just gotta be careful because you don't want to like slip or accidentally like bash your hips or miss the bar or something like that. And then sometimes I'll throw in kipping pull-ups just because I do like the way they feel. I do feel like they help me be a lot more explosive. And again, I notice that they are very, you know, sport specific and require coordination and all of that jazz, as long as you're doing them with proper form. And so, you know, I put them in sometimes. Like, it's never like a thing where I'm like, oh god, this workout's just gonna be all kipping. It's just like, oh, I'm just gonna, you know, put them in occasionally. But I'm always switching up my routine. Like, my routine is never like the same thing because I'll get bored too easily and it'll feel like very mundane. But that's just my personal opinion. You have to find what works best for you, and that's why I'm always encouraging you to test your body. Look at freaking Super Saiyan Zina. Super Saiyan Zina. I love it. I love that. I love Super Saiyan Zina. Oh god, like, oh, first we got Super Saiyan Abiki, Super Saiyan Zina, Jojo episode. It's just like a myriad of freaking shonen today. I love it. I freaking love this. I like the fact they're incorporating Australian rows into this too, because I think those are like just a great movement for building up if you don't have a way to do rows at home. Like, you can actually make your back sore as hell if you do the little ABC thing I told y'all before in previous episodes of Trainers React, where you go up and you do the row and then you slowly let yourself down, like A, B, C, D, 2, A, B, C, D, 3, A, B, C. Like, try that out. Like, try that on any bar. You will feel like a tremendous amount of soreness, and it's just gonna work your traps, your upper back, your biceps. Like, everything is just gonna feel so pumped after you do something like that. And then you can actually try it out if you try my Garu Tough Like the Tunes out, like Garo Tough Like the Tunes out, and you know, just, you know, give it a try. I do like the fact that they talked about those though if you're not strong enough to do, you know, a standard pull-up. So I did like that little fact right there. Oh yeah, but Vicky's living with Zina now. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, like, that'd actually be kind of dope to have your rival living with you, as long as it's not like, you know, an evil rivalry. Like, it'd be like annoying, like if you're Naruto and Sasuke is right across the room, and I'm talking about when they were 12-year-olds and you just are assholes to each other, or like Goku and Vegeta when they're assholes to each other, though Goku's oblivious to Vegeta being an a-hole. But like, just having like someone who's a friendly rival, like, Kakashi and Guy living together or something like that, you would be so much stronger just by like testing them and like challenging them and just doing it. Like, that is so awesome. That is such a cool little quality. I love that. Yeah, they're doing plyo push-ups, and I've already talked about the benefits of plyo push-ups many times on this channel before. Outstanding strength exercise, astounding power exercise, also helps you punch harder and faster, so you're able to get those little blows in. So these are phenomenal if you're a fighter, and I love how they're mentioning all the form and stuff like that. And this is what I do with my Tough Like the 2 is what I'm telling y'all. Hey, yeah, exactly. If you're not strong enough to do it, you just get on your knees. I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You know, chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Well, dudes and dudettes, I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I hope you learned something. Be sure to hit that bell icon and the subscriber key and all of that. You know, just hit those buttons. Hit that like button too. Helps the video out a lot. And leave a comment down below. Tell me what you thought of the episode. Tell me like your thoughts. Like, tell me what you like to do, and also tell me what you think of my girls in. All right, because I'm happy. Like, let's vote in the little thing below again or above wherever it goes by of who is your favorite girl now. Because Zina just came along and she just changed the game for a lot of you. I know. Okay, but for those of you out there who actually want to get going to a gym and don't have the motivation or will to, be sure to check out my book, A Hero's Will, on helping you develop that motivation and will to actually want to train and want to be better. Or try out my All My Aim to Pass the American Dream Plan. It's a workout from My Hero Academia. I made a real life version of it that you can follow along. It's a 10-month program with meal plans and all of that jazz. Or you can try out my Mighty Guide program, where you can just work out at home and build yourself up and build up the confidence, and then come out feeling like a strong new badass. It's like going into cocoon mode, like training by yourself and then coming out like, oh my god, I emerged a new person. But anyways, I hope this video was fun. I love this episode, one of the best episodes of the series. And remember, like I always say, keep calm, booyah on, don't forget, Momentai. And if you want to go watch it, remember, click that link for Funimation down below and it'll help you out tremendously. But later days.